Okay, so yes, this is my husband's deck. Very probably gonna be a quick video because most of these cards are in my deck too, so it's not really much new things. But I forgot to say, I think I was talking about this in my deck introduction explanation video. These are Link monsters. They are blue, and I fucking hate them because in the Link era, there are many things I hate about this new era. Not only these cards, because as you see, they don't have defense. You can't put them down in defense position or anything like that. So you gotta always have an attack position. You know how dumb that is? You know how much times you can get fucked over by not being in defense position? A whole lot if you didn't know. A whole lot. And the other thing that I really hate, they absolutely limit how much you can bring out things in your extra deck. They have two spots in the middle they added on this new field of the Link era. They add two spots, and normally you can only summon one from the extra deck at a time. Any extra deck monster, it has to go in that middle spot, and it can't go in the normal monster zones anymore. So you are limited like so badly. And it's annoying because there's a way that you can take the other one for yourself, the other middle spot. And then with all these Link monsters, I just fucking hate it. Don't get me wrong, it's been a while since I tried to watch the Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns anime. I think that was really awesome. I should really try to watch it again because they probably had a shit ton of episodes added. I really do like that, but I don't think I will ever in my life use a Link monster. There would have to be some kind of fucking thing. For some reason, I would have to use it, but and my husband feels the same way. He fucking hates them too. Probably because I hate them. But I don't know. He probably hates them for real too. But both my unrestricted deck and I'm assuming this deck, his, are complete. Like this is the final version. Like this is super complete because we won't care to check the cards that are after the era that we put these ones in. So that's that. So anyway, let's go to the explanation. So this one is just called Retski Divine. That's what my husband calls himself. I know his real name, but that's another story. Only I would know. Maybe some other people too, but yeah, I don't know. He's a mysterious man. But we look at this one first. Zombie Master. And if you look at this thing closely, it actually looks really cool. From a distance, it kind of just looks like a normal stupid zombie. When you look closer, it's like, oh, magical zappy zombie. Nice. So this one, oh man. When I mean he has bullshit in his deck, oh, there is a lot of bullshit to be had. And a lot of easy way to bring out his main forces, which is the extra deck. Because as you can see, most of these, you can see their attack and defense is pretty shit. But there is a reason why. And they're all dark types. Because I guess he really just likes darkness. I don't know why, he just does. But once per turn, you can send one monster from your hand to the graveyard and target one level 4 or lower zombie monster in either graveyard, special summon that target. This monster must be face up on the field to activate the effect. So you can just do that to bring out more zombie masters, and then you can use those zombie masters to use their effect, and then you can bring things like Scapegoat, and these are tuners, and then you'll easily be able to bring out any of these. And yeah, oh man, it's crazy. So that's just one of the crazy things. And yes, he has 3 scapegoats. So he has a lot of tomfuckery going on. So then we got this. Oh man, if you haven't seen Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, then you wouldn't really know who this is. But this is one of Yusei's, the main characters, most used cards just overall that's in his deck. Junk Synchron. This is a tuner as well. And so when this is normal summoned, you can target one level 2 or lower, so it could be level 1s too, in your graveyard. You special summon that target in defensive position, but negate its effects. Off the bat, you can see he has Samsara Dragon of Rebirth, 3 of them. So he can easily just be like, okay, let me take one of these level 2s that are in my grave, and this is already a tuner, so then you could easily just make that. And then if he has, like, say, one of these 3 soul charges or Monster Reborn, he can just bring back Junk Synchron and then bam, can bring out BLZ. Or one of these. And this is another story, but you know, that's Junk Synchron, 3 of them. Oh god, a whole lot of combos and bullshit. This card, Edge Imp Sabers, doesn't seem all that powerful and useful, but its effect is pretty crazy. So if this card is in your graveyard, you can place 1 card from your hand on the top of the deck. You special summon this card in defense position. You can only use this effect of Edge Imp Sabers once per turn. So this is another combo thing. So it's a level 3 at that. So you're able to do a lot of crazy shit. If you don't have a level 5, you can just do this, and a level 2. And you could still equal out to a level 8. And it's some crazy stuff. Because you'll be getting that card next turn, the one that you put at the top of your deck, and you're like, okay, well, we could just have this combo right now. So it's pretty crazy. Then he has these 2. This thing I have in my deck. Then he has these things. Now you saw Kaiba put this one out, but this is a son of a bitch. Giant Germ. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, inflict 500 damage to your opponent. But then you can also summon any number of giant germs from your deck in face-up attack position. As you see, he has 3, so yeah, it's crazy. Level 2s play a big part in this. That's why there's so many level 2s, I'm assuming, because what I'll explain later what this does. I'll explain what all these do, except for this and this, because you already know. But the rest of these, you probably don't know what they do. Mask of Darkness. He has 3 of those, because as you can see, he has a lot of traps. This is something that I forget which deck it was. Oh no, it was the Dark Magician deck, I remember. That I saw this as a Link monster. This is the original one before the Link card came out. So this is Witch's Apprentice. And this thing, oh god, there's 3 of them. Just one alone is dangerous. So as long as this card remains face up on the field, increase the attack of all dark type monsters by 500 points and decrease the attack of all light monsters by 400 points. So this increases his dark army, and it's like, oh god, that's a lot of power. This is probably one of the biggest bullshit ones I've ever seen. When I saw him use this, I'm like, what in the fuck? What is this? The amount of bullshit. Like, it's crazy. It's so crazy the things he's able to do with this deck. And I'm a little excited to use it because I usually don't use cards like this ever. As you saw in my deck, it's very fair. But this one, he does not give a shit. He gives no fucks whatsoever. So, Apprentice Piper. Flip. You can special summon 1 monster from your hand. So that's when it gets flipped up. But then also, if this card is destroyed by battle or card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can special summon another monster from your hand. And you can do that as many times as you want in that turn. There's no once per turn on this card. It's fucking limitless, the possibilities of the bullshit that can happen. So that's that's the thing. Then this thing, Evil Thorn. It looks like, oh wow, level 1? What is this shit? But there's a reason why it's so crazy. So Evil Thorn, you contribute this card and inflict 300 damage to your opponent, and if you do, you can special summon up to 2 Evil Thorn from your deck in attack position, but their effects cannot be activated. And there's a reason why he probably has this, is because of this next card. This next one is the foundation, probably for most of his army, that he can easily bring out the extra deck monsters. Darklawn. It looks like a little fucking meatball shit with blonde hair. When this card is normal summoned, you can have all face-up monsters you currently control gain 1 level. Also, they become dark. These effects last until the end phase. So they each, even this, gains 1 extra level. All of the monsters you control that are face-up. Like, you can only imagine the bullshit. So you'll be able to see most of the combos in effect. But as you can see with this, say you just flip this up and you left 1 extra spot, and you summon this. You increase all the levels by 1, even this, so then you can easily bring out this, or this, or this, easily. So the amount of stuff he has to protect them too, oh no. So you already know what all these ones do. So like I said, this is going to be a quick one. He has this, and he's got 3 of these. 1 of these, 1 of these, 3 of these for a reason, because of this fucking thing, mainly. And he's got these 2. And then he's got this. He's got these. This, oh man, this is how he's able to just spend life points so easily. So Draining Shield. If an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, gain life points equal to that target's attack. Yes. You can see why he does not give a shit about spending his life points, because he can just get it back easily. And the monster that's in the extra deck, oh man, that's even scarier. Now this one, I know you saw me have to deal with this bullshit in the duels of the light half. Magic Cylinder. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, target the attacking monster, negate the attack, and if you do, inflict damage to your Pokemon. Oh my god. I got Pokemon on the mind, sorry. To your opponent equal to its attack. So that's big, big effect damage. Very big. Then he's got three of these, one of these, three of these, and then you got these things. You're like, what the hell? DNA party, boom, boom, boom. But it's actually something that helps these cards a lot. Well, this and this mainly. So, DNA transplant. Chop continuous. Activate by declaring one monster attribute. All face-up monsters become that attribute. What that means by that means by like they turn into dark types, or in this thing's case, turn into light types. All face-up monsters on the field, and you'll see why that's important. Alright, and then you got this. DNA Surgery. Activate this card by declaring one monster type. All face-up monsters on the field become that type. So type is like this. Psychic. You see how it says Psychic? That's the type, and then this is the attribute. The attribute is this, and then you see down here that's the type. So that's why he probably has that for this monster specifically to turn them all into psychic types, but you'll see why. So here we go. Let's start from the bottom because we'll go to the synchro monster. So this is the level 2 thing I was talking about. This little son of a bitch. You're like, what is this weak number 96 Dark Mist? What is this dog shit attack and defense? Oh man, there's a reason for that. So it takes 3 level 2 monsters. And as you can see, why he has so many level 2s and why he has stuff like this and stuff like this, so he can easily bring out these shits. Just one of them is troublesome enough. So once per battle, when an attack is declared involving this card and an opponent's monster, it's a quick effect, so it can be during their turn or during your turn. You can detach one material from this card, half the attack of the opponent's monster, and if you do, this card gains that same amount of attack. So this thing is little at first, but it keeps getting stronger and stronger depending on how smart you use this card, taking their half of their attack. Half of the attack depends on how much they have, and they can just Dark Mist will keep getting that. And it has 100 attack already, so it'll be able to take out that one it takes half from. So it's a crazy one. So he has 2 of these, so it's like, well, fuck. It's pretty crazy. Then he's got this. Number 66 Master Key Beetle. 2 level 4 dark monsters. So once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card, then target one card you control, except this card. While this card is face-up on the field, that cards cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed, you can send one of its targets to the graveyard instead. So this thing is like a protection defense thing, and it's interesting. It really is. So that is like a super protection thing. And then you got this. Basically a quick, more powerful overall version of the Dark Mist. So Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon. 2 level 4 monsters. You can detach 2 materials from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Its attack becomes half its current attack, and if it does, this card gains that lost attack. So this is like stronger because it starts out with 2,500 attack. And then you can just be like, oh, well, I see your monster there. Absorb. And then, it gets that attack. It's a little scary. Then you got this thing. Oh, the Evil Swarms. I remember fighting those fuckers, one of the decks in the light half. So Evil Swarm, our Ouroboros, or Ouroboros. I don't know how to pronounce his name, sorry. 3 level 4 monsters this thing needs. So it's not too bad because, like you said, with this, you can easily combo to get all 3 of these fuckers on the field. So it doesn't seem like it's going to be that hard to bring this thing out. So once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card, then activate one of these effects. Each effect can only be used once while this card is face up on the field. So it's kind of weird card. So First one is target one card your opponent controls, return that target to the hand. Send one random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. Target one card in your opponent's graveyard, banish that target. So it's very evil, this evil bastard. Then you know what these do. You know what Beelzy does. Here comes the final three. So you got three of these. This is the thing that he's able to basically control the field and get his life points back pretty easily. So Thought Ruler Archfiend, be gone, Thought! But this requires, just one tuner, one non-tuner. You don't need any certain types. It's basically that. So if this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, you gain life points equal to that monster's original attack in the graveyard. So already this thing is a force to be reckoned with. Just because of its power is pretty high, pretty strong power. But then its other effect, this is where that trap card that makes all, I almost said Pokemon, all monsters on the field that certain type. So if they're psychic type, as it says, so when a spell/trap card is activated that targets one psychic monster and no other cards, it's a quick effect. You can pay 1,000 life points, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So that would be able to be like, well, they try to target you with Phoenix Chain, or they try to target this to get some power, or something like this that targets exactly that. Then you can just pay 1,000. Nope, fuck you. So it's not with monster effects, but with spell/trap card is still really good most of the time. Then you got this thing. You got two of these. Ally of Justice, Decisive Armor. It's a lot of defense. So it's pretty hefty. It's a level 10, so it's a little difficult to bring out, but you can easily bring it out with this combo, like I said. This, and then summon to then make it equal 10 stars. You can bring this fucking thing out. It's very powerful. 3,300 attack, 3,300 defense. So once per turn, if your opponent controls a face-up light monsters, and that's where the other card comes to make everyone a light monster on the field that's face up, you can activate one of these effects. So the first one, select one set card your opponent controls and destroy it. Next one, send one card from your hand to the graveyard to destroy all spell/trap cards your opponent controls. That's crazy. And then wait till the last one. This will really fuck up Kaiba probably. So this one, send all cards in your hand to the graveyard to look at your opponent's hand, and send all light monsters in their hand to the graveyard, then inflict damage to your opponent equal to the total attack of the opponent's monsters sent to the graveyard. That is a whole lot of damage if it's up against someone like Kaiba. Oh god. And those light sworn deck too. So it's like, damn boy, damn boy. So here's the final one. This is a scary son of a bitch. Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend. This is a very, not difficult for him to bring out really, but it's basically once this thing comes out, you basically have complete control over the field, pretty much. And there's some crazy shit you can do. So you need 2 tuners and 1 or more non-tuner monsters. So it's kind of weird, but that's how you summon it. So it must be synchro summoned and it cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can only use each effect of these effects of Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend once per turn. During your main phase 1, you can destroy all other cards on the field. Also, for the rest of this turn, other monsters you control cannot attack. And this one, oh man. During either player's battle phase, when a spell/trap card is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you destroy that card, and if you do that, this card gains 500 attack. So this thing can just keep getting more power and power and just destroy everything on the field. This is ultimate destruction if I've ever seen it. And with Retski's deck, doesn't seem like it's going to be too hard to bring this fucking thing out. Because look at all these tuner monsters. And look at all the boosts and shit. So much tomfuckery going on. So, damn. It didn't even take 20 minutes to finish this video. So that's his deck. And we'll see how we do. The duels are going to be really fast because I'm going to make them single duels because, well, there's no side deck. And you've all already seen each deck me fight it on the light half. So we'll see. Maybe I'll have an easy time or not. It's not as prepared of different situations like my deck, but this is like very powerful nonetheless. But anyways, I'll be back for that. So goodbye.